healthy starts with a choice. It's a choice. I know, healthy starts with a choice. Like, it's so cliche. So why do we think that healthy starts with a choice? Because it kind of does. So, I love to listen to a good success story. I love to hear how someone was down and out and how they succeeded. They're always so great. There's the person, right? And they're just humming along, living their life. And then, boom, something happens. Maybe not too bad. And they make a bad choice or they don't handle it well. And then they're humming along and, oh no, another bad choice. And then another bad choice. And they keep getting knocked down until all of a sudden you're watching this train wreck and they're at rock bottom. And you don't know what's going to happen, right? And it seems like when you're watching or listening to the story or reading the story, it's like, oh, all they have to do is just do this one thing and everything could be different, right? It's so easy for us to look from the outside at the hero in the story and say, oh my gosh, like, just do this one thing and you'll be okay. So what do? Well, they're the hero in the story, right? And it's a success story. We already know that there's a happy ending. So they make a choice. Maybe you imagine them, you know, this is the way I always imagine it. They're in an alley. They're laying there. They're bloody. They're beaten up. And this is the pivotal point. They're sitting there and they're thinking, and you don't know which way they're going to go. You don't know what they're going to choose. But this is my favorite part of the story. What is it that finally gives them the courage and the strength to fight back the thing that's been holding them down? It's that choice. And then all of a sudden, the hero starts fighting back to that oppressive thing that has been holding them down. Landing punch after punch square in the face of defeat, right? Hitting square punches right to the jaw. But that doesn't mean that defeat still isn't fighting back, right? So the thing that's been holding them back, it's still knocking them down. It's still fighting the good fight. So the punches don't stop hurting. The hero is still bleeding. But this time, instead of just making a bad decision and getting knocked down and staying down, they're getting up. They're starting to get up and they're starting to fight back. And you look at them and they seem so bloody and so beaten, but there is something in them that seems stronger than you've ever seen this character. And what is that? It's the choice. It is that tiny little choice. And sometimes in a story, when you're hearing it, maybe in a TED Talk or on a video or you're reading in a book, it can be so small. Sometimes it's the tiniest part of the story. Maybe it's summarized by 1 or 2 sentences. That choice is the tiny transition that is going to take the hero from defeat to success. I just love it. When listening or reading a story, we're like on the edge of our seat, right? The hero keeps getting knocked down, and we're like, oh my gosh, we can see the bad choices. We can say like, no, don't do that. Like, that's not the way. But when they make that choice, we can finally breathe because we know that change is coming. The hero is hitting back. So it's the mighty choice to the rescue. That is what fuels the hero to keep fighting, even though they're getting knocked down. Because guess what? Every time they get up and hit defeat back, defeat gets weakened. If you keep getting up and hitting back and making those awesome, good choices, defeat gets smaller and smaller and smaller and loosens its grip on you from tight to looser to looser to looser to one day you're just like, I don't even remember that. Oh yeah, that's like a minor blip in my story now. So yeah, healthy does start with a choice because it's everywhere, right? Defeat is everywhere when you're trying to eat well. It's at the drive-thru, it's in the commercials, it's at the checkout lane. Because when you walk into that grocery store, there are thousands of food options in front of you. and defeat is lurking everywhere. The battle is real. The quick, easy, and cheap often win out. So you need to remember that you are the hero. You might be tired after a long day at work, or you might have all the kids in tow. You might be weary, almost beaten, but you can do this. I believe in you. You can do this. You can make the mighty decision to make a better choice. So as you go, you're hitting defeat one punch at a time. One tiny choice at a time. You don't need to go from here to here. How do you do that? No one's ever done that. You need to keep stepping it up. Keep stepping it up. You can do this. You can make a choice. I believe in you. For your better choice is your happy ending. Thanks for joining us today. Please click like if you enjoyed this video. You can also click subscribe to keep up with us and share this with somebody that you think could benefit from it. See you around.